Okay, we went racing, or Curtis. I went with Curtis racing at Coos Bay Oregon drag strip. It's an 8-mile track. We had a whole lot of fun. Went really well. The truck actually, I felt like it did really well. It did better than I was thinking it was going to. I was hoping that it would be, you know, somewhere comparable to what he was doing in the S10. The S10 ran almost right at 80 miles an hour. He was thinking and I was thinking that there might be a little bit of traction problem with this truck, being the suspension is just really stiff on the front and the back, so we didn't think there's going to be any weight transfer. First video, or one of the early videos I got, that you'll see the clips of videos, but if you zoom in on the starting line there, just as he launches, you can see the tire wad up. So it did really well without the weight transfer. I want to say
get a 1.760 foot.
Yeah,
that's not bad for foot braking it.
Right. And what was your top speed?
I did what was it? I can't remember. We got papers here. I got a 84 miles an hour?
No, I think it was 87.
Was it 87?
No, 86 and a half.
Well, this one, first one says 84 and 84, 86, a little over 86 miles an hour. So we'll get 83, 85, and 86.41. That's the fast one right there. We made 10 passes.
Yeah.
That's quite a few.
Yeah, he got a lot of runs in, no problems.
The ATM, that's the
yeah,
right
secret,
there.
his secret weapon here.
Yeah, I stepped up and I bought a brand new carburetor, and that is a bolt on. It's ready to go, man. That works. What a difference. That woke it up. So for a small block Chevy and a lightweight truck, and I got transmission problems. I didn't have a high gear in this thing. That's the way I see it. So I ran the 8th mile in second gear, and that's what it did, man. We got a 7-second truck.
So you were talking about the total cost of this truck.
I have exactly $3,150 in this truck.
Yeah.
That's with the big spend of the $600, just over $600 carburetor. That's a pretty good deal on a carburetor, though. That is a 750 double pumper.
Right.
So, yep.
Yeah, I mean that's cheap.
That's cheap, but this whole truck's, that's what that is. That's a budget build truck.
Right.
And the fun of doing it, man, for that kind of price. We've only been out one time, and it was so much fun. I'm digging, I'm chomping at the bits. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
I want to mess with it a little bit, fix the suspension on the rear, make me some traction bars, and get a transmission with high gear in it.
And how many people told you that this motor combo wouldn't hold together?
Almost everybody I talked to. Nope, that won't work. That won't work.
Yeah.
It did not even, I didn't even use any oil. This thing, I changed oil. Yeah, look at that, it's full. It didn't use any oil, it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It never even overheated or nothing. We just ran the crap out of this thing. No tachometer, just leave your foot on the floor.
What pistons are you running?
This is a stock pistons, the old dish pistons.
Okay, I keep thinking 11 to 1s like that was in the 283.
No, this is a dish piston engine, man.
Yeah.
But I'm told that it's supposed to be about 400 horses with the fuelie heads on it. It's got the little 194.
Right.
So they're the 461 casting.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be a 58 cc, I believe.
Right.
Head.
So that give you what, maybe 10 to 1?
Just a little over 10 to 1 and just a little over 400 horses, I'm told.
Yeah.
And you can read a lot of the stuff,
right.
A lot of information off of YouTube. But I'll tell you what, it's a blast. And it's just a budget build.
Right.
That's all I had to spend, and I spent it all, and here I am. Just make it work.
So what kind of plans are you gonna go for on next? I mean, getting it.
Well, so right now with the rear axle, we're sitting on the rubber snubbers. It's bottomed out.
Right.
I have 3-inch blocks on top of the springs,
Mm-hmm.
pushing the rear end up.
Right.
And it's sitting right on them. I have no give whatsoever. It's solid. So that was making me think we're going to spin off the line. We're not going to. And it's stiff in the front. This thing is so stiff. There's no travel.
Right.
Well, so my plans are pull some leaf springs out of this thing. I'm going to build some similar type of like a Caltrax traction bar.
Right.
And take the blocks out. And then I'm going to buy a shorter tire for it so I don't have to cut up the wheel openings.
Right.
And that'll lower my gear ratio down just a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
then when I have high gear, I'm going to be able to pull high gear in the 8th mile a little bit at least. And it'd be nice to pick up 10 miles an hour. And I think it's a doable thing.
Oh, and your carburetor wasn't even getting full throttle.
That's right. The linkage slipped on that.
Yeah.
Yep. I had to fix the stop. It was the jam nut backed off, and I had to fix the stop. So we didn't even take the hood off and look.
Yeah.
The whole night long.
I know
Oh,
it.
It's just running fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not doing anything.
Yeah.
We were just having a blast.
Yeah. So the other Chevy Love, the blue one with the straight axle, you guys were running the same 60-foot.
We
At
have
least one of the
matching
matches.
numbers.
Yeah.
Matching numbers. Yep.
And his truck is a good 10 miles per hour faster.
It is. It's a very fast.
Yeah. You could hear it in the water box. His rev limiter was set at like 7,800, and you could hear him come right up on it, and it was just like doing a really good burn off. So,
Oh boy.
yeah.
Everybody was just having a blast.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, everybody had smiles on their faces. Everybody was in a good mood.
Yeah, if you don't want any hassle and just a free fun of running the track and not any problems in tech, Coos Bay's your place to go.
And it's $25 to go run.
Yeah, that was cheap.
10 passes for
Yeah.
$25, man.
Yeah.
How do you beat that?
No,
What a
that was
deal.
cheap. And the Spectator, I think I paid $8, and I could just go anywhere as I wanted.
Yeah, you took your little pit bike
Yeah.
and rode all over the pits everywhere you want.
Right.
Nobody bothers you.
No.
Do what you want. Good times.
Yeah, you could pretty much do anything you want, really.
Heck yeah.
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 So it was a lot of fun. We had got back pretty late. I want to say we loaded up and we were headed out of the track by like 10:30.
Well, but we had a bad tire on the trailer.
Yeah.
We had a little.
It was all
situation
good
there.
though.
And we just put the spare on.
Yeah.
And everything's go. We didn't have any problems getting there and back. So.
I'm thinking you're really close to getting a wheelie out of it if this setup is right with a suspension squat and lift in the front. I think you're really close to getting a wheelie.
I need to change the springs on these coilovers.
Yeah, there was an S10 Blazer that I'm not sure I got on video or not. You'll see a bunch of clips of the drag racing of all the videos I did, but a female driver that's very experienced at racing, and she's got a small block with a small B&M blower on it, but she got a nice healthy wheelie out of that thing. She was running in the 7s, I think.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Right.
That'd be my dream to get that to
Yeah.
happen. Just once.
Pretty nice little truck. Curtis and I were talking, and he's thinking this is the fastest Love that he's built. So
This is the fastest one I've built so
Yeah.
far, yeah.
it's one of my favorite pickups I think that he's done. Just out of the, the low dollar spent and just to make it go. Yeah,
I got a lot of bang for the buck.
Yeah.
When you think about
Right.
it. I mean, it's a budget build.
Right.
It's one of those things where you do everything yourself.
Right.
You can't pay somebody else or take it to somebody else's shop. You just do it yourself. Deal with what you have there to deal with, and don't be afraid to jump in.
Yeah, for me, I'm not really that big into drag racing, so I think I'd have more fun doing this.
Just the build,
Is the speed that you're going?
the budget.
Yeah, the budget.
Yeah, it is fun. I don't think I'd ever want to be a real drag racer either. I'm just
Yeah.
street street race stuff over there, the grudge matches.
Right.
That's perfect. You get to race with your family and your friends
Mm-hmm.
and talk about it. And if you don't want to race, you just want to visit, just visit.
Yeah.
We all had a great time, and
Right.
everybody that we talked to says, "Boy, I wished I could have been there. I want to go next time."
Yeah, I went to car shows and had to pay $25, so it did the same thing. So
You had to pay $25 to spend some money.
yeah, and didn't get to have much fun other than just sit there and BS. So
Well, that $25 got me in the gate. I
Yeah.
didn't spend any more money. I came home.
right.
It works out. Yeah,
So-
so look for the next video, you guys. Like and subscribe.
Yeah,
Eddie's a good guy. Thanks
All right.
for making this video, Eddie.
yeah. It's a good truck.
Thanks.
Lots of fun. Pulling it over in the old Chevy here.
Yeah, that's the total.
All right, guys, have a good one. So here at the drag race, Coos Bay, Oregon. Buddy of mine's drag racing his Chevy Love for the first time. 1972 Chevy Love, small block Chevy in it. He's racing a pretty fast little car on the side there. That was fast. This is another Chevy Love. This is my neighbor's Chevy Love. They just bought it. It's got a pretty healthy motor in it. I don't remember the year of the Chevy Love. It's around the close to the same year, but the motor's a pretty healthy motor in it. Another small block Chevy, but it's more built up, more compression, more go fast goodies. Chevy Love got the win. Curtis racing a 67 Nova. Racing by Oberman's, I think, on the 67 Nova. I believe he got the front tires off the ground in that Nova. Chevy Love now. My neighbor and my buddy Curtis. The one on the right, the 4 headlights, is my neighbor. Sizemore. The straight axle. Curtis didn't launch very good. Problems launching on the light there. Chevy Love won. I got a rematch here. My buddy's racing this Mustang again. Had a bad launch last time. Say that the Chevy Love is running, Curtis's Chevy Love is running pretty good. it's running in the 7s. So for the first time, I think that's more than you expected. So that's good news. Curtis racing again. The burn off box here, heating up the tires. This is a black truck here, this 80s, 90s model. It's a pretty fast truck. Curtis's truck is running pretty good. Chevy love again. sideways, taking it off there. This is my neighbor's Chevy Luv. It's got a straight axle on it. It's running a pretty healthy small block. You could hear it in the video. It's dark, so I can't give you much of a video here, but it's a ripper. It's a screamer.
Take one last rip.
Getting a lot of passes in tonight, so it's good. That cutting out your ear, and then he's on the rev limiter, so 7,800. I don't know what's going on. Oh man, he's got to try and start it now. Jesus. It's got a lot of compression. Almost. She died. Killed it. Just gotta restart it. Is that what that is? don't think so. I think those are tail lights. Been a little fire. We'll find out later. Well, it is 10:30, 11 o'clock. We are headed home from the drag strip. All is good. Truck is running and driving. We loaded it up. My neighbor's truck, the other Chevy Love, was almost a fire catastrophe. An electrical meltdown, probably from the battery. Well, battery cables kind of melted, I would assume, because he was cranking on it so much. Kept dying on him. A lot of compression, straining the starter, probably just melted some wires. What was the bad part was, it just so happened at the same time or previously there was a small fuel leak that turned into a big fuel leak, and I don't know how it didn't make a fire, but it didn't. But we got lucky and just tightened up some leaky fuel line that actually it was a AN line that had worn through the frame, I think is what it was. And he's going back home, so everything's good. All right.